Hi, welcome to A Foreigner in the Philippines. Going to do a video with my wife, Beth. Here she is, and she's going to be talking about her experiences of seeking and gaining and winning an education in the Philippines. Not quite your average story of how to get educated that you would have in the West, so it might be of interest. So tell us, what actually does being a working student, what does it entail? What do you do as a working student?
I was a working student in the hospital, which is the sister company of the school. So I work in the day, and after working, I have a class in the night. So it's not easy, to balance. I think is the balancing, plus the financial aspect. Because I just rely the time on the allowance of, at first it's 50 pesos a month, but later on
50 pesos a month.
But later on they increase it into 200 pesos a month.
Right.
So
you weren't able to get any money from your parents at that time?
no, because they're also unable to send.
So you had to exist on 50 pesos a month?
At first I was at my brother's house, which is the next, just up the back of, I can just walk at the back of the hospital.
Okay. So you were able to eat with your brother?
Yeah, I was able to eat with my brother. But later on, he got married. And he transferred to another place, So, with his wife. So, that time is a very difficult. So, I go to my other brothers, which needs to have a transportation. I need to get a jeepney. Which makes it more worse.
So sometimes you said, I remember you saying that you didn't have money. What did you do?
My 200 pesos a month is, I divided it with the jeepney fare, which is 7 pesos. So at the end of the day, there are some months, after few days, I don't have money anymore. So what I did is, I'll just ride in the jeep. But I choose the jeepney who has no conductor, who has no collector of the fare. So, and then I'll just knock and then just go out in the jeepney without looking. That's what I did the majority of my college life. You
said something about the jeepney started to recognize you?
Yeah, the jeepney started to recognize me. So there's many times that I said, I signed to that para means stop for me, But even it's not full, they didn't stop me. Because I think they know that I didn't pay,
Right.
So that's...
But then tell us about when you found yourself in a jeepney, no money to get out, and there's a conductor. What are you going to do?
So I think one morning that I wait, I think 30 minutes, because mostly of the jeepney pass, they have a conductor. So I wait. Then finally, there's one jeepney coming without conductor, because you can saw that there's conductor because they're hanging outside that jeepney, So I said, oh, thanks God, there's already no conductor. So what I did, they stopped me, so I sit down. And then when I look around, I realized the woman of the jeepney driver was sit down at the end of the...
So the jeepney driver's wife was the conductor.
Yeah, and then the jeepney driver's wife always said, oh, there's no more free, come on, pay your fare.
So she made a joke.
Yeah, she made a joke. So I was so nervous that time. And there's another passenger there and said that, I said to that woman, the students, can I borrow money? Don't worry, I'll pay it in the next time we met. But the another woman, student says, look at me and said,
So she turned you down.
Yeah.
What happened then?
Then there's another woman, an older woman in the other side who heard it, and I looked at the older woman, and he tried not to look at me. So in other words, it's a way of rejection. So finally, there's an older man in the other side handed me the 50 pesos without...
So he gave you An old man
Yeah.
gave you, an older man gave you 50
Yeah,
pesos.
50 pesos.
Why?
And he handed to me the 50 pesos and said, pay your fare. And I said, to that man, thank you, sir. And then he said, tell me, and he said to me, tell me honestly, do you have money? Or you just have an alibi that your wallet was been left in your house? So that's the question of the man. And I said to the man, I have my wallet here, but I don't have money. You know, because that's my alibi on the first, on the younger woman.
Oh,
you know?
I see.
So he heard it, and then he said to me, I know that alibi is not true because that's what my alibi before when I was a student. So in other words, he experienced what I experienced, you know that. So I handed the 50 pesos to the collector of the jeepney for the fare, and then when I get back the change, I handed it to the man, the older man.
You offered it to him?
Yeah, and he said, no, keep it that for your lunch and for your fare going home.
Wow.
And then he said to me, and I said, don't worry, sir, I will pay you back in time. You know, when I'm able to return the favor.
Oh, so you promised him you would pay it
Yeah,
back?
and then the older man said to me that just pay the favor by studying very hard and finish your study,
Oh, wow.
no matter what difficulty you've been through. You know.
Now
you're going
tell us how you were finally able to repay that.
Yeah, so I was not, it's just, I don't know if it's destiny, you know. So one time because I was working in the hospital.
So you've now got a job in the
Yeah.
hospital, and you're doing.
Computations of the bill of the patients.
So you
know.
compute the bill. How
Yeah.
much?
So I recognize the man because as I'm good on memory about those people who helped me. You know?
So the man comes to the desk.
Yeah, so the man asked me how much my bill is, and I recognize him, you know. So I
But
said,
he didn't recognize you.
he didn't recognize me, and I said, can you just sit down, sir, for a while? I'm just going to compute the bill. So I compute the bill. It's around 45,000 something. So I compute the bill, and then I know I think that's his wife. So
It's his wife that
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
paying the bill for.
Yeah,
So his
his
wife is sick.
yeah, his wife is sick. So I said, so the age of the wife is around 50 something, you know, which is not belong to the senior citizen discount. So what I did is I give the discount to the man, you know. So I compute the discount, and it's around 5,000 something discount.
5,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I handed it to the man. I said, this is your bill, sir. So the man is trying to look the details of the bill, and he realized that there's a discount. And then the man said, why there is a discount? What's this discount for? And I said to the man, I don't know if you recognize me, but one time, there's a time before that you helped me. And I think it's time for me to help you and give you a discount. You know, even if... So the man says, when did it happen? And I said, remember in the jeep? And then he remembered that, you know. And he said, wow, you were able to finish your study despite for just going in the jeepney without fare. You know, and I said, thank you, sir, because you're one of the person that helped me, and it means a lot to me, you know, the time that I thought that nobody able to help.
Great. That's a great story, Beth.
So that's,
Well, that was one of the challenges that you had, for sure. You must have felt really good when you were able to pay that man back.
yeah, it's a big relief, you know, it's to able to help
Because you were able to make that judgment as to whether to give.
yeah,
Yeah, so that was part of your job,
it's part of my job.
was to be able to do that.
Although it's not good, it's not advisable because she's not a senior citizen, but I just
You kind
pay
of
away.
bent the rules.
Yeah, I just bend the road.
I see. Well, I'm sure that most people will think that that was a really good deed. But that was that was much later in your job, wasn't it?
Yeah. Because at that time I already finished my college that. But before that, I think aside from the fare, having no money financially is another thing that I think it's very difficult for me to talk. Is when 5 months late, 5 months after I accepted as working student, there's a big struggle that I've been encountered. I was being accused of stealing money in the office.
So you went into
It's
the
difficult
office.
yeah.
You went into the office, and one of your co-office mates said,
Yeah, I was early in the morning when I arrived at the office, my office mate said to me, "You get my 300 pesos in the cubicle," And I said, "What?" And then she said that, "Tell the truth. You steal it," And I said, "No, I'm not." So all my, your instinct when people looking at you like you're
you could feel.
yeah, you could feel
people
the
looking.
atmosphere that they're always looking at you like a criminal like that, So it's very difficult to me that time,
So
because I'm new.
at just
I'm the
5
only
months,
new. Yeah, 5 months.
at just 5 months of being there,
Yeah.
you were kind of suspected because you were the new girl.
Yeah, I'm the new girl, and they know my situation.
And
that
they
I'm-
knew that you had no money.
Yeah,
So you were the most likely suspect.
yeah. So I was the most likely suspect. So my other office mate said to me, "Can we talk?" So she says to me, "Tell the truth." So in other way, she wants me to confess to her, that I'm the one who doing it.
So in other words, everybody had pretty well made up their mind that you were the
yeah,
one.
they already have their own conclusion that I'm the one.
So were they not trying to find out who did it?
So my office mate asked me, and I said, "Ma'am, I didn't do that. Even if I'm hungry. I'm very hungry going to my class. No money, but I will not come up to that idea of stealing money." So, but you know the way that they don't believe you. So later, it's a continuous. Nobody knows who's the real one who get it.
So this went on for how long?
I think a month that I go there, where they've been keeping their bags near to them.
Oh, so
So they're always, if they go out, they bring their bags,
so nobody trusted you.
Yeah,
then.
that's the way it is.
And
It's
that was a month.
yeah, a month. It's very difficult, So, but there's another also incident where I was the duty that time also. It's a holiday, so just those who are on duty is just selected. So I was one who are on duty that time.
You were on duty.
Yeah, it's a holiday. And one of my office mate who is a cashier that time lost 5,000 pesos.
This time it was 5,000.
Yeah,
The
this
first time it was how much?
300.
300.
So she lost 5,000. So I said, "Ma'am, maybe you're wrong on the balancing. Maybe it's on the receipt. Maybe there's something wrong on that." But she said, "Oh, go home. Just go home."
So you were automatically
Yeah.
the one who did it.
Because I want to help to balance, about the receipt to coincide. But she said, "No, just go home." So the next morning, I was early there, and they never thought that I was there already inside the CR, because I'm cleaning the CR every morning. So they never thought that I was early, and all of them are talking downstairs, and said that, "What should we do with that Elizabeth? What should can we transfer that because it's not safe anymore?" So in other words, they really think that I'm the one who get the 5,000, which is difficult when you're in that area where you tried your best to finish, to finish your job, to finish your college, and then it's difficult when somebody looking at you like nobody trusts you in that area,
And so they weren't really trying to find the
Yeah.
person who did it.
Yeah, but they will not. Their mind is already
Yes.
pointed out that it's me, So that's how it is. And then one of my co-office mates said to me that just be strong. Maybe he knows because she knows my attitude, because I cry inside the CR. So maybe she heard that I said, God, please help me. So she heard it. So that's why she said to me, be strong. So that's how it is. Very difficult. I said, I almost give up and said, maybe I need to go home, maybe I need to give up my dreams. But I realized those people who believe me, like, said that continue dreaming, at the end of the day, you will surpass it, So yes, the story goes on. I didn't give up because I want to help my parents. I always thought that I do this for my parents,
And how much longer did this go on for?
It's another 2 months.
Another 2 months?
Another 2 months. I just go to the office, work, and then came out, never been having a mingle to them. Because the attitude, they will not be near to you. They don't want to be close to you.
No.
So there's already gap. So that's how it is. And continue praying, that God, I hope the truth gonna reveal, if it's one of your tests of my faith to you. I trust you, I trust you have your own plans, and in time it will resolve, So yeah, it's just another 2 months, days passed, weeks, which is very difficult to me. When you go coming in the office where your shoulder is very heavy,
Yeah.
your heart is very heavy.
Yes.
Because when they look at you, it seems you're not welcome,
Right.
So yeah, until there's one Sunday, it's not my duty that time, and I have my project. I have my report that I need to type in the computer, and I need to go to the office that time. So I said to my sister, I don't know what's makes me very sleepy that time. It's just around 9 o'clock in the morning. I was very sleepy after I take a bath, and then I said to my sister, can you wake me up at 1 o'clock? Because I need to go to the office and type my report. So I don't know, but my eyes is just very heavy. So when I wake up, it's already 3 o'clock.
Oh boy.
So I said to my sister, why you didn't wake me up? And then my sister said, I forgot. So I decided to go to the office that time, even if it's 3 o'clock. But it seems my legs is very heavy. Something's wrong. So I decided, maybe I'll just do it early in the morning tomorrow, So that's how it happened. I go early in the morning tomorrow.
So you didn't go in that day?
I didn't go. I don't know what's something wrong, but something wrong that trying to stop me, So early in the morning, I went to the office because I need to prepare my report in the PowerPoint. So when I arrived, my other workmate, said to me, I lost 5,000. So she said to me, I lost 5,000. So I said,
so another 5,000?
Another 5,000 lost. And I said, thank you, God. That's my first answer to her. Thank you, God. When she said to me, I lost 5,000, I said, thank you, God. Because I know that's the way, because I was not there. I was not there when it happens. So I was very happy. It seems I was, something that very heavy came out,
The load was lifted from you.
Yeah, the load was lifted. So they investigated. Who are the persons there coming in and out in the office that time. So as story goes, they find out who is the real, and then it popped up before that the possibility is that person is the one also who get the 300, the another 5,000. So it's just like I left. It's just like a very heavy knife on my
Yes.
on my chest came out. So I said, I'm very thankful for that, because I said, God, thank you, because I think it happens to me, this kind of situations, to test my faith to you. And I thank you because you're always been there for me, the guidance, the strength, you always given. So I'm very thankful for that.
So in the end, how did they prove that she was responsible for all of the thefts?
Because all the instances connected to her that time. That time is I was when the 5,000 lost. And the second time, me, the cashier, and her is that time. So in other words, during the instances, she was there.
She was common to all of the
Yeah,
incidents.
she was common in that instances. So that's how it.
So that was quite an experience.
It's quite an experience,
You wouldn't want to repeat that.
Yeah,
would
I
you?
don't want to repeat it. It's difficult.
Beth, thanks for telling us that one. Beth, for most people that would have been almost insurmountable. So now when you look back, you can obviously see that you're still very upset about that it was a huge incident in your life.
Yeah.
What happened with that person who was finally found to be the thief?
She's still working, the time as I left in the hospital.
They allowed her to stay after she confessed to that? Did she confess to all three?
She just confessed it with my inside the office, all those employees in the office, but they never make it into a big riot, make it into complicated where the prank will be.
They dealt with it within the department.
Within the department, so
And,
they never went that problem to the higher
okay.
rank.
And did she pay the money back?
Yeah.
And how did you feel?
I think at first I feel sad about it, because what she made makes a big desperate to other people, big upset, bring life hard to the other people. So
Not to put too fine a point on it, she's stood by for 3 or 4 months and watched you go through all of that.
Yeah, that's what makes me upset about it,
And were you ever able to reconcile with that girl so that you could work together?
I think she's a good friend of mine,
She became good friends?
Yeah, she's become a good friend
And how
of
did
mine.
she talk to you after that?
But that's the problem, we never talk about it,
You never discussed that?
We never discuss about it.
She never apologized?
She didn't, So that's how it is. We never talk, but we've been good friends,
So
I treat her as my sister, always been there when I need someone to talk to.
So in later times,
Yeah, it's the process of
you
healing.
forgave her?
Yes, absolutely. I forgive her what she does, cause there's no, life is short and there's no room for me to hold unforgiveness in my heart, And I just look at it in a positive way that everything happens in our life happens for a reason. And that's what I said. Maybe it's one of the reasons is to test my faith in God, and it makes me strong. All the lesson on all my experiences brings me in and molding me who I am,
Well, I'm sure that most people watching this will want to know what happened with your other office mates. Did they ever admit that what they put you through, or explain, or did they ever?
They didn't. talk about it, you know.
So it just was
it's just like,
left and everybody moved on.
yeah, just move on. So that's how it is. And all my experiences in my college life, you know, like when I was in high school, I worked very hard to get scholarship. But then I was not able to get the scholarship because I was just around in the top 6 and only top 5 is gonna get the scholarship, you know. At first I was asking God in that time that why I didn't get it. I would pray you every day and every night, every morning to get it. Because I want to help my parents. I saw how hard our life that time. But then when I look back all my experiencing that I'm experienced, I just realized that God's plan is wider than our plans, you know. So he puts our lives into step by step. And later on we realize, wow, thank you, Lord. You know, even if difficult situations, He's always there to guide you. So those people who helped me on the way, like, it's funny, you know. At the age of 14, I went to Cebu to after my graduation to find job, and then I roam around at Cebu City there, you know. Then finally I came up. I saw a signboard, wanted, GRO. It's like girl attendant officer. I think it's I didn't know that it's a club. So maybe I'm just...
You were 14 at the time.
Yeah, I was 14 that time, and I passed that little hotel. It's just a hotel where some foreigners there. Maybe that's the town where the foreigners stay in the middle of the downtown in Cebu. So there is a sign there that wanted girl operation officer, which is. So I said, oh, I need to pass this. Maybe I can apply that. So I handed my resume to that man. And then the man looked at me, and the man said, "Did you understand what you're applying for?" You know, because when I go inside, the guys said, "Okay, go inside." When I go there, it's like a bar, you know. It's a bar where others are drinking, you know. So when I handed my resume to I think it's a manager, he said, "Did you understand what the job for?" And I said, "No, sir. But all I want is I want to earn money for my study, because I'm from the province and my life, I want to help my parents, you know. Life there is not easy, you know." So, and then the man said to me, "It's not. Come on, go out, go out, find another job. You have your dreams, and fulfill your dreams without doing this kind of job." So I said, "But sir," and you know, in other words, I'm very aggressive. "Sir, I need this job." And then the man said, "This is a club, you know, and I want you to finish your study in a good way, in a good well, how does it says, in a good way that not involve negative way, you know."
So he didn't want you to get into the kind of
Of job that destroy my future.
yes,
So
that would destroy your reputation and your integrity.
yeah. So
And he knew. And did he give you a reason for why he was pushing you away? What?
he said to me that I push you. You're not for her because you have a dreams, and having a job here could possibly ruin your dreams. And I don't want that, because at time I was like you. I had a dream to finish my study, but then I end up here because of too much needed, you know. And now here I am, didn't fulfill my dreams. So she said to me, "Find another job, and I wish you the best, because I saw the innocent of you. I saw the drive that you have, and I hope in time you reach your dreams."
Wow.
So that's the word that makes me realize that there are a lot of good persons on the way of your journey, of my journey. So that's how it is. Life is not easy, but if I look back, I smile on it.
Well, a lot of people stepped up at the right time for
Yeah,
you, didn't they?
So, hope you're going to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel. We're doing it, our videos, we're monetizing our videos to reach also our goals, but also to help with the people, with my family surrounded us. So your subscribes to our channel is a big help. So have a good day and God bless.